Hey there. So in this video I'm gonna show you how you can mine Litecoins on Windows. And there's basically two ways that people tend to do it, and that's first one is by using a CPU miner, which uses your computer's processor to do the mining, and then there's GPU mining, which uses your graphics card for the mining. And the GPU mining tends to be faster, but CPU mining is still usable. So, but you can basically run both of them at the same time to maximize your yield. And most people do this through a mining pool, uh, just because it's more efficient that way. Otherwise, it'll just take ages for you to do anything, unless you have like a huge computer farm where you can have like massive amounts of hashing power available. But usually for hobbyists and general normal people, doing it through a mining pool usually ends up being the better choice. So to get started, you're gonna have to download the Litecoin wallet application. You can do that from litecoin.org, and there's versions available for Windows, Linux, and Mac, but I'm just gonna go through the Windows version this time. So once you've done that and you've installed the Litecoin wallet, then what you want to do is you want to maybe create a new address. You can use the main one here. Oh yeah, and you'll have the synchronizing bar here that it'll take like hours to synchronize this stuff. But yeah, what you want to do is you want to maybe create a new one for your mining pool. Like I'm using Burnside's Litecoin mining pool, and I made this address for it for this computer. As you can see, I just installed this like a few hours ago. It's still at like 30 weeks behind. But yeah, basically, once you've done that, like clicking here, new address, enter the label. Then once you've done that, click OK, and it'll automatically generate an address there. And then you click on that on the label and click on copy address, and you'll have the address on your clipboard. Once you've done that, you should go and create an account on Burnside's mining pool site, which is ltc.qatari.com. And once you're here, you click on register, and you enter your details in here, and then you just click the register button. And you don't need to verify your email or anything, so you can just log in straight away. And once you're logged in, you can go here to your account settings, and you here under account settings here you can enter your payment address, which is the one you just created in your wallet, and copy it to your clipboard. So you just paste that stuff in here and enter your PIN code. Yeah, you have to remember your PIN code, and then click update account settings. So what that'll do is it'll enable you to start mining, because now they have an address where they pay your yield. And next thing to do would be to create new workers if you're going to use both CPU and GPU mining. What I did here, like they have by default, there's one worker and the default password is X. But what I did here is I just for aesthetics, more or less, I created these two, one for the CPU miner and one for the GPU miner. And yeah, basically how you do that is here down here you just type like GPU2 and yeah, the password, whatever, and then click add worker. You have it there, but I'm not going to use that, so let's click delete. And yeah, once you're done here, you can move on and download the mining software. And one of them is the CPU miner, which you can find here on this thread at bitcointalk.org. And I'll have all these links and stuff in my description and on my website, so don't worry about that. You can check it out from there. But basically, yeah, here's the CPU miner. It's available in 32-bit and 64-bit versions for Windows, and I'm using the 64-bit one. So you just download it from here, and then you extract it to your desired location. Like I put it actually in my Litecoin folder. I made another folder called miners, and then I put both the CPU and the GPU miner in here. So that's what I did, but you can do it differently, of course. But anyway, you extract it to your desired location, and then you need to make a BAT file so that you can like log into the Qatari to Burnside's Litecoin mining pool. And the way I did that was like on my desktop here, for example. It's just an example. You can right click and make a new text document. Now if you have the suffixes here so that you can see them, you can edit that and just rename it BAT, and then rename the file to miner_d_64. Just click yes, and then you right click that and edit. And what you want to put here is miner_d.exe space o dash and a little small o and http://ltc-qatari.com:9332, and that's the port number, and then space dash big O, and this is for your username and password, and space username. This is where you put your you don't type username, you type your username that you created for the website, and then dot worker suffix, and that's the one, like CPU one, that I put in here. It's this one. That's the suffix, worker suffix, and colon worker password, and that's the worker password here, that one. And then you just go ahead, well, you can still I'll put the Q there just to make it quiet, but there's a bunch of options here. If you go with your like CMD exe file or whatever, like in your command prompt, and you go here and you type miner_d help, then you'll see all these different different options here, like threads. You can, by default, it has the number of threads it has by default is the number of processors you have, but you can modify that as well by putting T. Like if I want like one thread, then I just dash T space 1 and so on. And yeah, then you basically just save that, and then from your desktop you Control C, or copy it, and then you paste it in here in your mining where your mining executable file is, but because these need to be in the same folder. And then after that you can create like a shortcut of the BAT file to your desktop. Like that. And then you just run it off that when you want to mine. And yeah, so the next one would be the GPU miner, and the CUDA miner is only for NVIDIA graphics cards. There's a different one for Radeon graphics cards, which you can find here on the Burnside site. You go here to get started, click on get started once you're logged in, and then it'll show you these details here. And basically CG miner and a Reaper GPU miner, they're both for Radeon series graphics cards. And but I don't have any of those graphics cards, so I can't really use them. But yeah, you can download CUDA miner. I'm just gonna show you how to set up CUDA miner. From this, you can download it from this thread at Bitcoin Talk called CUDA miner, a new Litecoin mining application, Windows/Linux. And you download the newest version, which has the 32-bit and 64-bit version in the same zip file, as well as the source code in case you want to compile it on Linux or compile it in Windows yourself to make some tweaks or whatever. And yeah, you basically extract. What I did, I extracted the whole thing into my download folder, and then I went into the, I guess, the 64-bit folder and copied that here, and then I renamed it to this. And what it'll have is a BAT file a bit like this, but it's slightly different because CUDA miner uses Stratum, so it'll have a different address when you want to connect to that. So you do the same process, like make a new file, CUDA miner underscore 64 dot bat, and then you enter this stuff in here. And the main difference being at the address stratum plus TCP colon and /LTC dash stratum.qatari.com, and the port is different as well, 3333. But otherwise it's basically the same, because the CUDA miner is based off of CPU miner, so it has a lot of the same, configurations and stuff. But yeah, once you're done there, you just go ahead and copy paste it in here to your CUDA miner directory, and then you make another shortcut for the BAT file. And then you run it off of that. And yeah, as you can see, it's working. I'm gonna mine with this right now. Control C to terminate. And this is working as well. So that's how you mine Litecoin.